Welcome to Africa Insight. We look today at a story from Zimbabwe, where the long-ruling Zanu-PF held its keenly anticipated national conference over the weekend. The conference was inevitably going to be preoccupied with the question of succession, and some people expected a confrontation between President Emmerson Mnangagwa and his ambitious deputy, Vice-President Constantino Chiwenga. Mnangagwa, of course, is nearly halfway through his second term, and as per Zimbabwe's constitution, is set to bow out in 2028. But his allies are pushing for him to stay on until at least 2030. They say to complete the developmental agenda contained in Vision 2030. But of course, the constitution does not allow for such things. Mnangagwa, for his part, has never publicly said that he wants to stay on. He is, after all, 83 years old. But he's done little to rein in those calling for his term extension, giving the impression that he secretly likes the idea. Chiwenga, who was the head of the army that led the 2017 coup that removed Robert Mugabe, is said to have been promised the presidency once Mnangagwa served his 2 terms. But it is becoming increasingly clear that Mnangagwa has other plans. If rumors are to be believed, Mnangagwa prefers to see someone like Zanu-PF spokesperson Christopher Musvanga to take over, or perhaps even business tycoon Kudawashe Tagwirai, Queen Bee as he is known. Unsurprisingly, Chiwenga is not pleased, nor are his allies, who see men like Tagwirai as buying their way to the top. Chiwenga has even coined a pejorative name for this class of political entrepreneur, Chigananda. In September, Chiwenga presented the Zanu-PF Politburo with a dossier on Tagwirai and other influential business people he believes are stealing from government and are using their fortunes to assert control over Zanu-PF and, of course, the government. And this really put the cat among the pigeons, especially as it coincided with efforts to co-opt Tagwirai into the party's central committee. Fast forward to the national conference, and very little of this contestation played out in front of the camera. If anything, the conference was carefully stage managed as rivals avoided friendly fire. But this was not the case in a Politburo meeting held in the days leading up to the conference, where Mnangagwa allies reportedly turned on Mr. Chiwenga and accused him of a great many things, including treason. But at the conference itself, of course, things went exactly according to plan. Justice Minister Ziambi announced that Resolution 1, which is to extend Mr. Mnangagwa's term to 2030, had been adopted, and that he had been instructed to do the necessary legislative changes to make it a reality. This would, of course, require a 2/3 majority in the National Assembly, which Zanu-PF has manufactured. They have that. But it will also require a referendum. It's not a universally popular suggestion, so it's really an open question whether or not such a referendum would succeed, or whether or not Zanu-PF would even subject the question to a referendum, risking having been slapped down by the electorate. But as such, the Zanu-PF National Conference over the weekend did not provide us with a definitive victory for either the Mnangagwa or the Chiwenga faction. However, the former will definitely be the happier of the two. Events at the conference did not boost Chiwenga's hopes of succeeding Mnangagwa, but it is perhaps premature to declare his chances over. His strategy seems to be to attack these politically influential business tycoons like Mr. Tagwirai instead of attacking Mr. Mnangagwa directly. But his close association with the likes of Wicknell Chivayo and Mr. Tagwirai makes his target very clear. And so, as we move forward, we'll probably see Chiwenga stick to his guns, continue with that strategy, and hopefully try and bring Zanu-PF along with him. And I think we'll leave it at that. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining Africa Insight this week. If you'd like more information on our products or services, please visit our website or socials.